first of all, if I was off-centered, Billy, could you turn that prop just a little bit so I can see the black strap? I want these guys to see what I'm looking at. There you go. How many of you shot a gun?
Yeah.
All right, so you got gun sights.
Apparently, I'm the only one protecting this now. I see you right to yourself.
Yeah, well, I had to. I jumped in the car I didn't want it. We have open carry here, but I don't want to make people nervous when I walk into an area and stuff like that. All right, so the black strap is my rear gun sight. The front strap or the front pin in the front going down to the forks is my back. So I line up my two gun sights right on top of each other. Keep this low, like this. Look at my fingers. See these fingers? I put them right here, right where these two A lines are. And while I'm holding on to these, I drag back until two A lines pop up, and there they are. And you say, oh my gosh, those other lines are tangled. No, we cleared them already. That's just from moving it around, it's not tangled. Now watch what I do. I don't move this hand, I put this here, and I grab the next one and I pull it and tighten that one up. Then I do this, and I grab here. Notice I'm not pulling it off center. I pull back and tighten each line up. Snap, 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 and you pull everyone tight. And the reason I started so close to the machine is that while I'm also dragging back, I'm also opening the wing up flat like that. You see that? It's not staying balled up like a cigarette, making the air harder to force through all the wrinkles. It goes down the tubes and fills the cells up easier with this method. You're going to read other stuff in books. You're going to see videos. If it's in a book, I told you what to do with it. Put it on the back of a toilet in case you run out of paper, because this method works. This works. And if guys would use this, and if they would teach their students that, they'd have more success with this way that I set up. And they'd also find stuff that was wrong, like we did the other day with the wing. So look at that. Look at that beautiful arch. Every cell can inflate easier. The faster you can get air in this and have the shape of a wing, the faster it gets above your head. You're not struggling. One side doesn't inflate and then start flying off in that direction while the other one's still struggling to get up. Hold the tips in, they say. Make it like an arrowhead. Well, that means it's not the way it's going to be flying. It has to force it out, and if they don't pop out at the same time, which they don't, if the side that pops out first, it's already going to start flying before the other side does. So why not just put it in the shape that it's going to be when it's flying? I mean, doesn't that make more sense? I don't know. I don't know why they can't get this. They really struggle with these things that I'm showing.
I like that you explain not only what you're doing, but why you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a reason for it. I didn't just come up with it, you know. In this sport, when I first started doing this, I couldn't find anybody doing it in the whole United States for the first 5 years of me flying every day. Couldn't find anybody. And then the manufacturers started popping up out of the woodwork, and then the instructors I started running into were off the side of a mountain, because paragliding was around a lot longer. And they saw the sport growing, and with me and them, there was a division in the sport. They jumped in there and said, you know, you guys that are going powered paragliding, I've been a paraglider instructor for this many years off the side of the mountain, and we'd be glad to take help you out. So come to us, and we'll teach you how to do this. But the launch methods on the side of a mountain are vastly different, with air coming flat across the plane, not converging at the bottom of the mountain, pressurizing, and called ridge lift, and going up the side of the mountain. And their method of getting under a wing to get it level was running over here, trying to get leveled underneath it, when all they would have had to do is pre-kite it for a second, like I came up with, get it flying level, then lay it down, and you know the next time it comes up, it's going to be level. So this whole thing of tying into a wing that's good, and then running over here with your motor, and running over here with your motor, you'll be exhausted by the time you go if you're a foot launcher with their method. And this whole thing of running back in 10 feet, you watch some of the videos that I had on, I can't watch YouTube, I get frustrated. I do, I just like, I want to go to that field and find that guy and just show him, your instructor doesn't know what he's talking about, seriously. It's unbelievable what I see, and this method works. It works really good. So what I'm doing now, let me do it all, is I'm combing out the lines. Once you get the wing back, you take the lines like this. If I'm on this side, I grab it with my right hand. There's the tip of the wing. There's the halfway point. There's the quarter mark. I stay low, and I drag these through my hand. This is the thing that you do after you set your wing up. And if you forget this, it's going to cost you thousands. Because if you leave a loose line the way it was, and you throttle up, as the prop wash is coming straight back, the air around it is doing this. And when you have a line loose, it grabs that loose line, and since it's connected to this side, it wraps around the prop, but it can't pull in that metal bar, so it pulls your whole cage into your propeller system. The worst guy that did it was Glenn Noller. He's a Delta airline pilot, and it was his bad habit. Every pilot has a bad habit. His was never combing his lines out, and I kept warning him and warning him and warning him. And he's flying on his own. He's flying off my field. He doesn't need my setup anymore. And I'm working with other students, and I see him getting ready to go, and I could see the line all the way halfway across the field. I could tell he didn't comb them out. They were just drooped right down in here. And before I could even do anything, he's looking up. Silence. You hear the motor go, and it stopped, and everything's in there. The props are broken, all 4 cage pieces are broken, 14 lines were cut, and the impact, when it grabbed the wing and pulled the wing in, there were 3 impacts, just tore the lines right out of the wing with 3 gashes. So he spent $1,000 in cage parts, $1,000 in props, cut 14 lines at $15 a piece, and put 3 gashes in the wing that had to be sewn for a few $100. We call it the Noller effect. Because other guys have done it, but not as bad as him. I mean, that was the worst one. And this is a Delta airline pilot, so I started flying front here. All right, so here we go. When you get in front of it, you don't try to lay it down sideways. You get these 2 handles right here. Stand real close to this, almost touching you, and press down to your knees. And I touch my knees. Now watch this. I bend my knees a little bit, and I roll it back so then when I drop it down the rest of the way, it doesn't contort my wing all out of it. It don't matter once your skill level gets by. I want to leave it nice. And now I'm holding it down so it doesn't tip backwards right now because it's back heavy. And now I'm lifting up so it doesn't tip backwards. And I'm gonna peek back here. We call that the freebie check. And you know why? Because we're never gonna send you a bill, and it'll save you thousands. Because did you see any loose lines on the other side, or in here, or anything else? It's your last time to check it before you get in the pit. Sit down in the seat. See that guy up there? Steve, that guy actually thinks he's flying right now, but he don't know. Because if he knew what I knew, then he'd know I know he doesn't know it, you know? Because this is flying, brother. This is the, look at the, now we got a total tailwind. Check it out. Look at the flag, or look at the little windsock. All right, so I got that on, I got my seatbelt on, got my throttle in my hand, like this. Whoops, let me show you the right way so I don't set a bad example. For some of you bigger guys, it's gonna be hard to if you don't put it in the crotch here on here, it's gonna be hard to twist with this wrapped around your body and your lats and everything else. So I do this, I turn a little bit sideways cocked in here, and I can reach a little easier to get right here. That might be a little harder for you, little feller, but you can do it. I know he did it. You can do it. But you see how I'm doing it with my feet on the ground? And I kind of twist my body in here a little bit. It's a little easier. And then I pull it out and I say, clear! In case there's one of those idiots that just walks up and has to look at your prop and you set up and they just come out of nowhere sometimes, especially at like soccer field. Little kids run up. So yell clear.